Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
of Live
Let
Thrive. What is up, Myka man?
I'm chilling. How you doing, Stevie Stacks?
I'm ready to kill it today, man. Are you ready to kill it?
Yes, sir. What episode we on? What number?
Because this is episode 187 on a mother lover.
Finally hit that 187, baby.
187. If you don't know, look up 187 Urban Dictionary and then you will know. But most of our fans probably do know. They're probably hip to it. So yeah.
We attract that kind of crowd.
I'm ready to kill it today. I'm ready to have a good episode. We're supposed to have a guest, but when guests don't make it through for some reason, we do a me and you ep, and we usually have a lot of fun doing it, man.
Oh yeah, been killing it, man. Killing it. So how's
the
the STR journey on your side, my man?
STR journey's doing pretty good. We are starting a new place in Houston coming up, like a high-end luxury townhome, man. So we're gonna go the high-end route with this one.
Smart idea.
It's gonna be pretty cool. We're partnering on it with friends of ours over there.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, I went to school with her. She so I got her two arbitrages over here, right, in Dallas. So she got the bug. She's like, I'm gonna start looking over here in Houston for us. And she already has townhomes that she rents out long term, right? So she's been doing that for a while, but she's like, man, I wish these people would leave so I can just Airbnb them all out. You know, she just
get that bug, bro.
She got the bug because she saw the profits, and so she found like a friend of hers had one coming up for rent, and it's like I said, high end luxury townhome, no HOA. It's a little cluster of them, no HOA.
Oh, yeah.
And Houston still legal over there. Knock on wood always, but it's really nice, has a garage, has it's a couple levels, nice views of the city, real close walking distance to the best spots of the city. I mean, it's nice area, and so we're gonna go high end, a little higher than the IKEA and the Wayfair stuff. So, but one problem we're running into, the shipping times, man, is out of whack. All the chain, what's it called? The supply chain's all messed up. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden. No, I'm just kidding. But the supply chain. So a lot of things are taking a long time to get here. So we wanted to have it up and running before Thanksgiving, but to catch the Thanksgiving crowd, because it's a big place. Get some big bookings. But man, it's rough out there. This stuff's taking a long time to get here.
Oh, see, now you got me thinking now. Like supply chain management, that's huge right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long is it gonna now? When did you acquire it, and how long is it gonna take y'all to set it up due to that supply chain management issue?
So technically, the lease started. It's arbitrage. The lease started the 6th of November.
Okay.
And so we wanted to have it, up and running at least before Thanksgiving, but that's gonna be pretty tough. Now it's looking like sometime in December, and that's with canceling the stuff we already ordered, because it just, of course, it gives you a date, but then it's just the date keeps getting pushed back, and so we just ended up canceling, some of the orders. It's gonna take too long, and so she actually is having to hit up some of the local stores to try to find some stuff, because it's just it's taking forever to get shipped here.
How are you guys setting it up? You got a designer or?
She's doing it. She's real good at interior design. So so we're partnering, and we told her, whatever you need to, charge us whatever fee, we're like I said, whatever fee you're going to charge to do that stuff, and we'll pay it, because we're over here. And so she's setting it up. She's showing us she's always sending us text, hey, Chad, how does this look? We're going to put like a foosball table in there. There's a spot for a foosball table, little bar area. Something to set us apart.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to look really nice.
Dang, man. I'm running into that supply chain management issue myself, but not on an arbitrage, because we redoing our whole living room, right? So we ordered a couch. It was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago, they hit us up the day before it was supposed to be delivered and said it's been pushed back a month. We ended up selling all our furniture in our living room, so we ain't got no furniture in our damn living room. So we sold it. I'm like, shit, what the hell? So we're just sitting here now waiting on the ottoman came in. So we're just waiting on the rest of the whole couch to come in. We got to run them big ass sectionals with the ones that'll cover up the whole living room. We mounted the TV in the living room over the fireplace. So we're just waiting on our damn shit to come in. So I'm running into that too.
Sitting on lawn chairs and shit.
Basically, So, and now I'm like, dang, and I haven't started doing those setups. I did some door knocking today, and I was just thinking, now you got me thinking, like, damn, if I do a setup, man, I better, maybe it is good if I'm doing like the BRRRR strategy. Maybe that whole time during that rehab process, I might want to just be stocking up on furniture as much as I can, however long. If the rehab takes 6 weeks, go ahead and get the furniture rolling, because if it's taking that long, this is crazy, man. I'm a month out till I get my furniture. So, yeah, but man,
that's
I know that's been the thing with me. But other than that, it's been going good, man. I'll be off the 9 to 5. Friday's my last day. Off the 9 to 5. Yeah. Friday's my last day.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. So I'm just I'm just going all in as soon as I'm off. But just go all in, cold calling, door knocking, talking to sellers, trying to get something. I actually I went driving for dollars in a very interesting area today of place in the DFW. But yeah, very interesting area that has a lot of good opportunities that I see. Yeah, so a few places I'm looking at.
Okay, so that's a big step, man. You just so you're done with your 9 to 5 job on Friday.
Yeah.
And how did you set up things, put things into place to where you're able to still get financing from banks if need be to buy houses?
Wrote it all down. I got bank statement loans, DSCRs. Taylor Colangelo, she sent me a message on how to. I just started it. I had to redo my leases, so now I'm paying my mortgages are coming straight out of my business account. So after a year of that, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac can now remove those mortgages from my DTI. But I'm just thinking about bank statement loans, DSCRs, and just working with different lenders.
What is DSTRs? What is
those
that?
are DSCR. I got to remember what it is, but it's debt servicing something. But my mentor told me, he said, do these. He said, as long as you've had 2 years of income, you can get like a DSCR, bank statement loan, and also just work with different lenders. Let them know what you do. Let them know you have income coming in, and all your business income is going towards mortgages and things of that nature. So I wrote it all down. I got it all on my board because that was one thing I was worried about. Like, oh shit, how do I do this? How do I do this? So I just wrote it down. So whenever I start thinking about that stuff, it's right there in front of me.
Oh wow, that's crazy, man. That's good. That's a huge step. Yeah, Taylor Colangelo, she was on our show a while back. She knows her stuff. And she works with people getting them homes that don't have jobs as well, or just has like their business.
No, she works with a lot of lenders. So she's a realtor, but she has a bunch of lenders. Like if you're in Florida, or matter of fact, if you're anywhere and need something about like loans, hit up Taylor. Especially if you're in Florida. But yeah, she has all those connects on loans and working with different lenders, and she's good. She'll pull up the information like straight out of the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all that. She'll say, hey, you can do this to get this off your personal. I'm like, oh damn. So
we need to get her back on the show, man.
Facts, man.
Yeah, because she could help out a lot of people.
Facts.
Man, the people are battling for houses right now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why you really got to go just make a damn deal, man, because it's wholesalers, man. It's hard to get with the wholesalers, but there's a few places out there for sale that you can still get a good deal on.
I always thought okay, because when the housing prices just went crazy after 2009, or actually 2011, it started like, holy crap, is this thing ever going to stop? Of course, it hasn't yet. It's already 2021. Going to be 2022 soon. And I was like, well, shit, you can get a brand new house for 200, 250. And then these old houses are like right here. Now they're up to 110, 120, 150. I was like, okay, it's got to stop when people are trying to sell an old house for the same price as the new houses, right? Problem is those 250,000 new houses are now like 400, 450. So it's just both of them are going up. The old prices of the old houses and the prices of the new houses just keeps going up, going up, going up. So that gap still stays there, you know?
Exactly.
No, you can't hit an equilibrium or whatever they call it. And then you're like, okay, well, it's going to stop going up when the rent, people refuse to pay that much in rent. People are fighting over to rent houses now, man. I mean, you put a house out there for rent, you get like 20, you know, applications like the first day. It's crazy. The people are fighting over to rent freaking houses.
Dude, they said DFW rent in the last year went up 20 to 25%.
It's
Insane.
nuts, man.
That's insane, man. So I don't know. Like, you just really got to go create a deal at this point, because this is just man, it's blood in the streets, man. The people bidding on houses, you know. I have people like asking, like, well, I was talking to a coworker, he's thinking about selling his, and I'm like, I would sell if you're comfortable living in an apartment for a year. But I mean, if you're gonna sell and try to get another house, man, you about to spend top dollar.
Plus, if you sell whatever 3.2 you have for top, like you said, big chunk of change, you know, 250, 300, whatever he's gonna sell it for. Then and your mortgage, and you're used to a mortgage being around $1,200, $1,100. You're gonna move into an apartment and spend $2,000 for a 1 or 2 bedroom place that's in a decent area. It's crazy, man.
Facts. Because even the apartment he looked at, it was like $2,000 a month. I'm like, damn. But like, the dude has an older house, but I think mortgage is close to almost between 280 and 300 on an older home. So like, and I have people who just bought houses right now, man. The prices they're paying for my house, our houses are bigger than their houses, and they're paying like 300,000-400,000. I'm like, God. Yeah, it's crazy, man. This market, like, I don't know when. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know when's the equilibrium gonna come. Like, is it ever gonna slow down? I don't know. Is it? I'm pretty sure it'll slow down when the interest rates go up. But when the hell will that be? And then one good thing on the short-term rental side, you know, Biden just passed the infrastructure bill, which is going to be great for short-term rentals, because all these people needing houses for like construction workers. Like if Yves Perez talked about it, and he's really been going in on it and showing you the plus sides of that. That's definitely something to look out for. But the arbitrage game is a great game to get into right now. And, you know, buying too, if you know how to buy, just buying strategically. But arbitrage game is a big game to be into right now.
Here's the thing too that's kind of pushing prices up like crazy on rentals, which pushes up on, you know, on the how much people are paying to rent a house, and house prices. It's like people don't want to go to work no more, and they're especially not going to go to work for $7 an hour. You have to pay that same person probably double by paying like $15 an hour to go flip a burger, right? Okay, now he can afford a place and pay $1,500 a month in rent because he's making more money. So we could charge more money to rent out our places because flipping burgers pays more money now. You know,
Yep.
Every job's paying more money now.
Have to. And even the supply chain management problem, man. It's people, they ain't about to be out there moving around shit off those damn boats and shit. Like, hell no. For this price, for real, man. They said most of the furniture sitting on the water right now, man. There ain't nobody moving nothing. But I don't know. But I don't know. Like, it's tough out there, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not concerned with the economy. I think the economy's there, but it's like, who's about to be doing these hard tasks? You know, are we about to move into the iRobot? All the robots do everything for us, or how are we about to do this? You know,
they have to. Yeah, the market always figures out the most efficient way to do something, right?
Thanks.
Governments can try, but they're not very good at it.
Say that again? Yeah. You know?
Governments try, but they're not good at it. It's funny because our Governor Abbott was talking about, hey, send those ships over, send them over here to Texas. We'll offload those things in a day.
Yeah, if you got the workers, because it's getting hard out here, man. And like you said, that supply chain management that holds up our business.
So have you had luck hiring like a VA from the Philippines yet, or somewhere?
I did for a short amount of time.
Okay.
Me and Tiana were using one, and it just kind of fell off. So, man, I do have a VA service that you could use. There are people coming out with VA services, where they'll do everything for you turnkey. Right now, I've been setting up integrations like Slack to Trello, like cards that I have. My shout out to my guy Normie Norm. Like Trello, you have cards that you're working on, and you can have those cards be sent to Slack, and then your VA see it. So I am working on stuff like that. So they'll.
All right, what is that? Trello? How do you spell it?
Trello. Trello. It's like a work board. Like, hey, you're working, completed, working, like stuff that's coming up in the business, stuff they're working on, and then stuff that's completed. And then I integrate that with Slack, and then all the stuff from Trello gets put into Slack, and then the VAs will be able to see it. But I am working on hiring VAs. I'm either going to use a turnkey service. Actually, I am going to use a turnkey service because I don't feel like hiring VAs. I would just have a turnkey service in there.
Okay, because yeah, with the VA thing, it's been rough, man. We've had a total of, I think, 5 employed with us at any given time. You know, there was one that was pretty good, you know, Filipino, but he had he had to flee the area because, you know, COVID, and his whole family was moving or some crazy stuff like that. I don't know. And so, okay, he's gone. And so, but we have one that we've stuck with for a while, France. He's been doing pretty good. And then we had a couple of others we tried. It's the thing is that's the hardest, you know. They'll speak English good enough and everything. They're great with scripts. You give them a script, they'll read the mother freaking script, you know, like you want them to read it. But if there's any nuanced question that requires a nuanced answer, you know what I'm saying? They just struggle at that, you know. And it's just we haven't had any luck yet.
SOPs. That's the only thing about, you got to have a standard operating procedure. Like, hey, if this comes up, do this. Or if it does come up, have like, are y'all like integrated so they can reach out to you anytime? Yeah. So they can reach out to you anything. I personally prefer Slack, so then they can just ping me to Slack if they need me. And then just SOPs, man. That's really the thing. SOPs.
And what is SOP?
Standard operating procedure.
Okay, standard operating procedures.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And the thing, and you've been in this business for a while. Something will come up that we don't have an SOP for, and they don't have a way to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
They just kind of have to be there a while, man.
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm thinking. You know, but how do you? Oh, go ahead.
One thing, like if something does come up that they don't know how to do, write it down as an SOP now. Even if it don't happen that very often, but if it does, just write it down as an SOP. Okay, if this happens, do this. You know. And
that's the thing. Like on my end, you know, the way my brain works, which probably not the best brain in the world, but whatever. So you
working on it?
Yeah, I'm working on it. All these SOPs, and then Federico, a partner in crime, he does. And he's great at all that organization stuff, and he loves all that shit. And so, but he makes these, you know, like you said, SOPs or an area where they can see any question, you know, of course, the obvious ones, Wi-Fi, parking, check in, check out, whatever. They'll see all the answers, then they click on whatever, and they can get all the answers, you know, at the click of a finger, whatever. To me, I'm like, okay, something new comes up, something new comes up, something new comes up. There's always something new coming up, and then it's gonna just add, and it's just adding to this beast of a giant spreadsheet with all the information. I'm like, does that get overwhelming? You know, does that get overwhelming for someone that for a VA?
I don't think so, because I think if we train them properly and say, hey, here's all the SOPs, and have them go through it, and maybe even quiz them on it, I don't think it can get overwhelming. When you look at a short-term rental, how much stuff really comes up? You know, I had an issue come up the other day where one of the cleaners didn't set out to restock the supplies, which was fine. And I didn't want to give the guest code to the closet, you know, so we just DoorDash some stuff out. You know, that's that type of stuff you can just set up an SOP for, you know, let them know, hey, hit up this person so they can DoorDash it, things like that. You know, if something comes up where they got to reach out to you, just make a SOP, and then, because those SOPs are going to give you your time back, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I see you're hitting the vodka right there. That's a vodka drink.
Oh no, this is my family's vodka. I'm actually gonna start advertising it.
Oh, cool! They make that, huh?
Yes, sir. Straight off my family farm, Delta Dirt Distillery.
What is it? Sweet blend. It's
sweet blend vodka.
Oh wow.
Delta Dirt. Yeah,
pretty nice.
Yeah, real smooth. Yeah, if y'all ever want some vodka, definitely. Well, you got to be in if you're in the state of Arkansas and want some vodka, definitely get Delta Dirt straight off the shelf if you can. So,
I
yes,
like
sir.
that, man. I like that. I brought some alcohol back from Mexico. I just got back from Mexico.
Yes, sir. I love that tequila. I'll be bringing it back.
Before I hop on the Mexico trip, okay, let's talk about how brains work and stuff like that. And this is what's cool about doing a partner, having a partnership, because I can just okay, Federico's great at all that stuff, and he even you've heard of click up. It's one of those it's one of those things where you can put all the tasks in, and as soon as you clear a task off, it falls off, and you have your urgent and not so urgent, and then super, I don't know, it has the different levels, right? And he's like, it works great, has everything organized, this and that. I was like, okay, I'll try it. Because, but before that one, he put me on Slack, and I was like, I fucking love Slack. Slack is beautiful. Has it all organized. I need to do anything, I just click here. It has all the information, and we can go back and forth and little chats and different ones. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is easy. My brain gets it. And then he tried to introduce ClickUp, and I've heard it's got great reviews and stuff like that. And I just, man, it just reminds me of like high school, trying to organize things and say, if I need to do this, like a to-do list that just keeps growing and growing, because I don't knock out the other ones, and it just keeps growing and growing, turns into this like to-do list monster. And I just, my brain just, it's just too much, and my brain don't work good with that one. You know what I'm saying? And I try. I said, man, I'm gonna try these things that you're throwing at me, but it's just, I don't know. Slack, I love Slack. And he goes, yeah, but Slack isn't, you're not supposed to, it's not for all that, this and that. I'm like, I can get Slack. I can handle Slack. And I know, and I started even looking on YouTube to see like best ways to use Slack, right? And a lot of them, and a lot of the people, the Slack experts and all the Slack gurus, it always seems like they match it up with something, like you said. They always match it up with something. It isn't just use Slack to run your whole business. You always match it up in conjunction with something else.
Yeah, I use Slack with Trello. So Trello shoots over to Slack. Something needs to be done. Boom, we assist to Trello. It's Trello sends it to Slack. Somebody in there can say, "Hey, this needs to be done."
Okay.
Yeah. Also, another thing I was thinking about. I don't know. Have you heard of Turnify?
Mm-mm.
It's like the new Airbnb cleaning thing, but they handle everything for you. They already got the cleaners, and they send somebody out after the clean's done. They send somebody out to check the clean.
How you spell that?
Turnify, Turnify.
Turnify.
Yeah.
That's here in Texas?
Yeah, I believe it's everywhere for all short-term rental hosts. So I was looking at that. My guy Michael Brown, he got me thinking about Guesty again, man. So Guesty's made some upgrades. They're only like $45 a month for the full service per listing. So basically, they'll handle all your communications and everything, but you already have to have the SOPs in place, or else it's another training session, So those are things I am looking at. Turnify, possibly Guesty, because we were talking to my mastermind the other day, and we were like, bro, if you notice, cleaners are great, but sometimes they'll start falling off after a while. So we have to have something like, and I try to incentivize mine as much as possible. So, maybe something like Turnify, where it's just a turnkey service for cleaning. Maybe that's the way to go. And they restock right out of your supply closet and tell you what's low. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. I'm glad someone's, like you said, Turnify. I'm glad someone's trying to tackle that cleaning issue.
Yeah.
And that's good. I mean, I'm gonna look them up, but yeah, that's a tough one, man. I mean, the tough one is the communication with the guest, the messaging, and well, it's not to us that know how to do it. We've been doing it for years. It's just freaking simple, right? And doing messaging, it's just it's tedious, especially when you get someone that's not very bright. And
another thing I'm thinking about with the messaging, like, getting a VA is pretty easy on that, especially if you have something like a Guesty or something where they can just log in and they get all the messages. That's been my problem with your porter. You have to give them the master account login, and it's just like, dang, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's like, for example, we have, speaking of not the best, not the most intelligent, it's going to happen. You're going to have renters that aren't very bright. it's just Murphy's Law. So you can put as much as you want into the introduction email or the directions and stuff like that. And for example, we have clients that have a place where they're under the radar, not really supposed to be doing it there, kind of thing. But they had a handshake agreement with the previous maintenance or the previous management team, which those management teams change all the time. Anyways, so we we had a couple of dudes, couple of preacher man, evangelical convention, whatever, coming to town, and the chick didn't find the first day. I guess the second day, it just all fell out of their brain how to get into the building. And so they, of course, where do they go? Front desk. Hey, we're Airbnbers. How do we get into our? Oh my God. So if anyone's doing it underground, making great money, yeah, it's fun. It's fun while it lasts, but eventually you'll get a dumbass that's gonna go straight to the front desk and ask how to get into their place. It always happens.
That is why I am staying away from apartment complexes. Large ones, I'm really going more towards. The only time I'm reading up on apartment complexes is if a lease comes up. Other than that, I'm staying away from them. The main issue is that guiding someone to the apartment, even if you give them directions. And I noticed there's a certain demographic who struggles with that. I'm not gonna say the demographic, but there's a certain demographic that does struggle with that. And I'm just, I'm like, okay, if this is a house, this would be much easier. So that's why I'm gonna try to load up on houses. Need 4 more houses, get those houses, and then hop over into the, I'll probably pick up some arbitrages after that and just use that money to pay off the houses and grow that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Dude, yeah, those apartment complexes, guiding people places. I don't have any underground ones, thank God. I don't have to deal with that because it's always on your mind. Like, shit, this person goes to the office. So fuck, But I like your model. You're just managing it. So hey, they go to the office, contract gets canceled. Hey man, it's on you. We'll go. If you got some more units, we'll manage those. I love that model. But if it's on you, it's a whole nother problem. You're like, damn. So yeah, man. I don't know. Like how are y'all doing in the apartment space? Are y'all are they headaches for y'all? Are they,
We have actually I think our condos are doing the best. The ones we have, like, people own them and we rent them directly from the owner. That's the most beautiful arbitrage you're gonna get. Apartment complexes suck because not only you have the issue of someone doing something stupid and bothering the front desk. You have that issue. But the maintenance thing, man, the maintenance thing is what sucks. The maintenance issue comes up, and not just small ones that we could send a dude to go fix. We've done before. We've done that before. But bigger issues. Like for example, the other day, a fridge went out. It wasn't working at one of our newer arbitrages, which our cleaner, we got her into her first arbitrage, right? Mm-hmm. It's a new unit with that same complex in Dallas that I've been working with for a while. And so they had some new ones coming up. We got one, and she said she wanted one, and so I said, okay, we'll get it, in our name, and you can rent it, it'll be yours though, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, they have all new appliances, right? They do these things. They go and get an old building that has about 12 units in it or whatever, and they refurbish everything, all new appliances. And so they have this nice little side-by-side stainless steel fridge with a little, it's not a huge one, just, nice medium-sized fridge, and it's electronic, you know what I'm saying? It has the digital stuff on the outside, but for some reason, it's just not cooling. And so we have a guest in there booked like a month stay, right? And so she's like, hey, this fridge ain't cooling no more. I have some groceries that are going bad, blah, blah, blah. I need a fridge. I'd like to cook while I'm here because it's a longer stay. Most people, maybe they don't give a damn too much, whatever. They're only there for a day or two, a couple days, whatever. But if someone's going to be there for a long time, they're going to live there. They want to cook. They're not going to eat out every day. And so anyways, so I'm in Mexico when this problem comes up, right? And so I can't go over there and I can't, go get them a fridge. I don't know. So I'm just emailing back and forth, or just emailing with the apartment complex, and it's it's their deal. We're supposed to have a fridge, and they put it up to the higher person, and then we haven't heard back. And I told this lady, I was like, hey, check it out. We're still waiting to hear back from the complex about this fridge, but in the meantime, would a small fridge work? Would that get the job done? Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. We'll get one there by this evening. And I was thinking of contacting like someone like someone that we know that it can go and do things for us pretty fairly quickly. A handyman, handyman type person. But then I was going to charge a fee. I don't know, anyway, from $50 to $75 for them to go to Walmart, get a fridge, take it all the way across town. It's it's their time, and time is money, right? Yeah. And so I was thinking of how to do this, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask the cleaner, hey, at your unit, if I order this fridge at Walmart, either you can pick it up and go take it to your unit. Specified it's your unit. You gotta help us handle this problem. And I was like, I'll get this shit done for free. And I don't. It's her, she wants her guests to be happy. And so she said, yeah. And so she was able to go by there. And another funny thing, Walmart's coming up on their online game. I'm giving them props because, they've been slacking behind Amazon for a while. But I was able to order it in store, this little, up and down, this little freezer on top, little, fridge on the bottom. And it was gonna be like $200, right? They're pretty pricey, but I was like, well, shit. After they get the big fridge fixed, we'll just take it back to Walmart, get our money back, whatever. And so, anyways, it's funny because it said right before it was gonna be ready to be picked up, that Walmart app, whatever, it said, hey, your product has been replaced with something else. And I was like, oh crap, what are they replacing it with? Are they replacing it with a little bitty box fridge? What's going on? But they replaced it with the exact same fridge, but it was discounted to $99. So I was like, cool, thanks Walmart. Thanks for not. I know it's like a computer thing that I'm sure they didn't want us to, give us, $100 free, but it's just in their algorithm or whatever. Hey, if this happens, give to them for this part. Maybe it was a Black Friday deal or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, cleaner picked it up, took it across town. Guests happy. They got a fridge to use while they're there until the big fridge is fixed. We got the problem solved, and it's cool. And you got to learn how to do these things when you're managing, Airbnbs, especially 20 some odd Airbnbs. You got to learn how to do this shit, and in a way that's not gonna you're gonna lose money every single booking. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out.
How did that communication? Did you use Slack for the communication?
No, I just dealt directly with the cleaner on that one.
Yeah. Your cleaner's not in Slack?
No.
Oh man, you should have your cleaner in Slack. So what happens is when stuff comes up, everyone can see it in Slack. All the necessary people. Like, man, if you want to really get Slack all the way down, man, a badass Slack person is Norman. Norman knows how to set that shit up to where, like, I'm in one of their Slack chats on the units we have in Houston, and he has like certain shit the cleaner can do, the shit she can post. Like, she has to post all the pictures after the clean inside of Slack. It has to get verified, and then the VAs go. Man, bro, Slack's powerful. Yeah, definitely put your cleaners in Slack. Because on my Dallas units, I have my cleaners in Slack, and in my Arkansas units, my cleaners are in Slack. So some of them times they'll just, hey, I'll volunteer to do it because they know I'm going to pay them for whatever they do. If they know something comes up.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. And so, like, put it in like daily operations thing or something. And then...
Yeah, you can put it in daily operations or just have a chat with you and your cleaners and your VAs. So then it's a team effort. So if the VAs say, hey, the guest said this, and now it gives the cleaners a chance to take initiative and remove yourself from from that operation.
That is pretty cool because what's happening, I know Federico, he loves WhatsApp. That's like his favorite shit, right? And so he'll have...
I got some shit about WhatsApp.
So he'll have, for example, like, okay, Marty and Argis, that's one, WhatsApp chat group. Then he'll have Argis and Sarah, to do hers. And then Argis and whoever our other clients are, everybody has their own like chat group. And then Argis and so-and-so cleaner, Argis Fort Worth cleaner, Argis Dallas cleaner. And it's a whole bunch, man. And so what I'm thinking, like, how Slack could condense that, where more people could see it at the same time, that would be freaking phenomenal.
That's what you want. You want other people to see it. And then now this cleaner can take, hey, I'll go run and do that for you. It gives them that opportunity. Then you start building a cohesive team effort. Yeah, so that's the best part about it. WhatsApp, I like it too. I haven't used it for because the best part about it is free, right? But I noticed, man, have you noticed like the with WhatsApp, you can send your number. If you break your number down into twos, you can send your WhatsApp number on Airbnb. People have been doing it too. I'm like, oh shit, get a few direct bookings doing that. So WhatsApp is a plug right there, and then Airbnb integrated with WhatsApp as well. So
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, if you go to Airbnb and click WhatsApp, no, your porter is integrated with it. So if someone comes on your porter, you can just click WhatsApp and go straight to their. If you're using what's called Guesty for hosts now, because Guesty bought them. Yeah, it'll give you your WhatsApp information.
Oh wow, that's genius right there.
Yeah,
You can deal directly with the guests.
Yeah, you can.
I notice a lot of our cleaners like Telegram. You do Telegram?
Yeah, I use Telegram.
It's like a WhatsApp kind of deal to me. I don't know. It's another.
It is
messaging.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like,
The best part about WhatsApp is it's everywhere. Everybody in the world uses WhatsApp. You know what I mean? That's the best beautiful part about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what I said. Federico's huge on that. So he's from, he lives in South America, so it's huge. It's big time in South America.
Facts.
I think there's another one in that Asians and use in Asian countries. It's a different one, but they do use WhatsApp a little bit too. I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool. Here's the thing. I'm concerned because I see Federico getting tripped up because he gets frustrated at the VAs that they're not. He's worried about our what's it called, our ratings going down because how they're answering questions, and I talked about nuanced answers. And here's something that, like, for example, hey, I'm in town, it's kind of I don't know, for a funeral, or I'm in town for a military graduate. They give you a little bit more detail than just like a regular guest, you know what I'm saying? They give you a little bit more detail. And what Federico always wants the VAs to address whatever that is. Hey, sorry about your loss. Here's the information on our place, or congratulations on your military graduation. He likes that. Whereas they're more, okay, you said when someone asks about this place, this is what the answer you want, and they're more straightforward. And he's like, oh, but you saw on the message they mentioned this. Always address what they're mentioning, and it's just like, and I can see the frustration, and I'm like, to myself, I'm like, okay, dude, no one's ever gonna be as good as us, right? No one's ever gonna clean. I'm never gonna clean our house as good as us. We can't just keep doing that, And that's just my thing with them. They're okay, even if they just come in at 80% as good as what we can do, that's still better than us having to do every single aspect of the job,
Man, I 100% feel you on this shit. First, we have to recognize Federico. Federico's like, when it comes to customer service, he's top of the fucking line. Like, dude knows, So if he wants a VA to do that, he has to go get a customer service background VA. That's the only way, because it's hard to teach customer service without it being repetitive. Customer service is something that has to be in you. He might have to get a VA whose background, like when you're hiring them, hey, we need someone with a customer service background. Because I can show you my messages, man. Federico's a badass when it comes to like customer service, acknowledging things. Like, he's a badass at it. So having a VA do it, you can train. You can't script it. I'll say that. You can't script that shit. And it's like you said, man. It's like you're gonna run through a lot of VAs trying to make them you. You have to just get one who's passionate about customer service.
Right.
Because, yeah, man, that's a tough one, dude. Because like, he's a bad. It's like one of the things, like, bro, it's like Michael Jordan, man. You can't tell your teammates to be as good as you, dude. You're way better than everybody. Like LeBron, your teammates can't be good as you, So it's one of those things you have to find somebody who's just passionate.
It's funny you brought up sports, because you always notice that the superstar athlete who's the best at their time don't make good coaches, because they expect everybody to be just like how they were, right?
No.
It's always the role player who always, they make really good coaches.
Yeah, because they can see things from I can see your strength. But if I'm trying to, Kobe Bryant can't coach a team of players because he's gonna want them to be like him, have as much passion as me. you can run across a player like that, then you can train them. But it's gonna be hard to run across somebody who's as dedicated, as you are, So that's one of those things, like you said, the role player always makes the best coach. A point guard, Steve Kerr, Mark Jackson, Pat Riley, all these people, they weren't great basketball players, but they're great at seeing the whole vision. You know what I mean? So yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, he's gonna have to find somebody who's just has a passion for customer service.
Right. So that's my main thing, and like. And he came here like a month or so ago, right? We wanted to go see all the units, firsthand and this and that. And man, he would be gone all night, right? He'd be gone all night at some of the units, and just like, because he sees all the mistakes that the cleaners are making, or all, this should go here, this should go there, and it drives him crazy. So, and I was like, okay, he's coming to town. We're gonna do some high-end stuff together. We're gonna get on the computers and do some high-end things. But he would get stuck at the units because it just would drive him crazy. I have to almost, if I'm gonna go drop off something at a unit, I have to train myself to put blinders on, man. So I don't want to start seeing things. I know I'll see things. If it's an obvious thing, I'll pick it up or whatever, fix it. But if I start looking at the corners and the crevices and this and that, and like, I'm just gonna drive myself crazy. I'm gonna be there an hour doing all that shit.
Yeah.
And I know, and it sucks that everything isn't always perfect. But how are you gonna grow as a business if you expect everything to be 100% perfect all the time?
Yeah. You got to let some things slide, but you got to make sure, like, this is one thing I've noticed. I'm real big on, I chose two things. I'm going to be good at these two things. And if not, we're going to have a conversation. Cleanliness and fast communication. I noticed if you're big on those two, you'll always get a 5-star review. So if your cleanliness is good, if your cleanliness isn't good, if you communicate that shit, if you communicate with them, you'll get a 5-star review. So I've always noticed those are the two things I'm going to be consistent about. So what you do is find your niche. If you find your niche is these two items are always going to give me a 5-star review, focus on that. You know what I mean? If the cleanliness ain't always perfect, then, I'll say this. If it's starting to show up in your review, yeah, you kind of have to take it, look into it a different way. Yeah, you have to deal with it. But
I guess it's funny because I show we were going through cleaners, right?
Yeah.
And I was just showing Federico. All right, dude. This is let me see. I'll draw it real quick. It'd be funny if you could see it on the thing. I was like, all right, dude. So you got your cleanliness over here, right? And you got your speed over here. So you can some cleaners are freaking 100% in the cleanings, but they're so slow. You see where they're at? They're like at about 5 on the speed. Then you have some that are 100% over here that are like a 5 on the cleanliness. I'm like, we're never gonna get the right perfect cleaner because we'll have some badass rock stars that clean at 100% and kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get into this zone here, we're probably getting close to what we need to be done. Right? Cleanliness. It's not going to be 100 and 100. You're not going to find 100 and 100. You get right into this. I'm like trying to break. This is how my brain works. Are we getting 5-star reviews? Mostly. Yes. Okay. We're doing something good. You can't just fucking kill yourself every day about the cleaner didn't do.
He's a perfectionist.
He's a perfectionist.
Yeah. And I love that chart you made. I just made a note, Steve's cleanliness chart. We're going to put that. So, I mean, this is one thing I like how you brought up. The level of cleanliness versus the speed, right? So on that, I think that's where that Turnify app will come in place because now you have a crew of cleaners and another crew coming in to check those cleaners. I just don't know the price on it, which I'm going to start looking it up. Yeah. But I think that's what that medium is. It's like, okay, if you have a crew, your speed can be there. Now I'm just focused on how well you clean it. You know what I mean? Because that's the biggest thing. Because whoever can automate cleaning, that's who's about to be rich in the short-term rental space. If you can automate that, that's who's about to be rich. Turnify, because Turnover B&B went the route of, okay, put your own cleaners. It's more of cleaner organization. But this is turnkey cleaners. I'm like, that's a game changer right there, because I feel like, because I think that's where it is. If you have a slow cleaner and you're depending on them to clean multiple units, you're like, damn, you're going to give me a 5-star review on cleaning, but this next unit might not be ready.
Speed and cleanliness. You can never have 100 and 100. That doesn't, in our eye, and we haven't found it yet.
Yeah. It's that cleanliness. That's a perfect. I like how you drew that chart. That cleanliness chart. It's like if you get right there in that middle, you can.
That region right here, man.
Yeah, man. Like, if you give me an 80 on the cleaning and an 80 on the speed, we good.
We good.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things, man. So cleaning, and one thing that I'm struggling with cleaners is communication. Send me the pictures if anything's broke, anything's out of place, anything's missing, and that's one thing I'm going to be working on. So I'm happy next week. I got a shitload of time. I'm about to be working on all this. Hey, something's broken, send it to me. Something's missing, send it to me. Take pictures of stuff that's broken, and stuff that's missing. So then we can go ahead and file on it. Like I don't like guests sending me pictures of shit almost coming off the wall when they walk in. Like I can't have that. You have to tell me. So, oh, go ahead.
Oh, cleanliness. What?
Cleaners communication is important as well.
Yeah, and you say throw them in Slack and it helps.
Yeah, see when they put it in Slack, like, hey, this is broke. You can go ahead and have a VA start the reimbursement process. You know what I mean? That's why I love Slack, because you can start integrating the whole team, and then you can start moving yourself out of those chats and not having to look at them unless you're pinged to the chat. See, that's the power of Slack.
I've learned how to deal with all this because I know it drives Federico crazy. All these things drive him crazy, and he gets the job done though. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna back away, let him handle it. Yeah, because I'll throw suggestions at him. But I'm like, hey man, you're making us profit. That's great. I should really, I tell myself, I'm just gonna suggest one thing, but I'm gonna stay in my lane. No, I appreciate your feedback. I know, but still, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna go find us more units. You're doing great. I know it's driving you crazy. That's why I wanted you to bring in VAs to help you not go crazy. That's why I was like, dude, we hired 2, 3, whatever we need.
I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna see you this guy at this dude's information. He has a team of them, and he'll work with you on the price.
Okay,
yeah. Matter of fact, Al Williamson also has a service like that too.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so I'll send you a couple contacts. Al has it, and there's another service. Like these turnkey VA services are starting to take place, so then you can just have a team of VAs. My only issue is I need to talk to them because I want to see how they integrate with Slack. Like, if y'all use one account to log into Slack, that's cool. Just make sure your people are on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Federico's gonna stop working at AA in January 1st, I believe, or January 2nd. This is the last day. So he'll be diving in this 100% too, like you will. Now, my worry is he gonna create himself
a job?
Is he gonna create himself a job and just fill his day up with busy work, or is he gonna figure out a way to pass the busy work down to some VAs where he can handle the big work? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I think your highest and best use would be. Yeah, but he's like, oh yeah, but if I'm no longer working for American Airlines, I could. Why do we need the VAs? I could just do it. Messages ain't, no.
No. Fall into that trap, dude. Don't fall. That's the trap. That's like the biggest trap. Like, don't quit your job to work on the details of the business. Quit your job to grow the business. Like, I'm quitting my job so I can go out there and start cold calling, be door knocking, so I can buy houses. I don't want to be out there changing sheets, man. Don't quit your job to do that, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, you guys got to definitely talk about that one. Yeah, don't. That's the biggest trap, bro. Yeah.
That's the thing.
So, is he quitting and then coming over here, or he's staying over in Argentina?
Well, he's still got all his paperwork to come, for them to move over here to get his visa and move here and become a permanent citizen, whatever, resident citizen, and so that's a long process. It could take could take 6 more months. So he'll be quitting and putting all his focus into Argist. And so, yeah, that's like I said, I'm curious how he's going to do it, because I would love him to train some VAs to take all that stuff off, because
he's got to.
Yeah, because he'll want to do every single aspect of all of pricing, messaging, cleaning, talking to the cleaners, this, that. And I'm like, the thing is, he'll you do try to do too much, you'll, oh shit, you know, I left Thanksgiving at $90. You know, little things will start slipping.
Y'all
You
don't
know?
use like automated pricing?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Oh,
but
okay.
but
yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
yeah, but still it's not 100%. You still got to, you know, move something around if something big's
Right.
gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. But like I said, that's why I want the VAs to handle all that stuff. Plus, you know, let's say for example, a cleaner, you get too friendly with one where you're just like, oh, this is my friend. I'm talking to my friend as the cleaner, whatever. And they're just so used to going straight to you, right? It's for every single, hey, this. We want them to talk to the VAs. Okay, tell the VA, and the VA is going to handle it. I know it's hard to break that, right? When you've already formed like kind of a bond with, or a relationship or something, like with one of your employees, which is a, you know, cleaner. But that's gonna bog you down too, man. And it even says, oh, it just takes a couple minutes to handle this message, or takes a couple minutes to handle this, you know. All it does, that one message could knock your whole, you're trying to do a big thing, it can knock your whole train of thought off.
Yep,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly what it does. You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly one small problem that a VA could handle. You're working on the big high level shit, man. It can mess you up. So yeah, y'all definitely got to look into the power of Slack, because like if the cleaner gets used to putting stuff in Slack where the VA can see it, and the VA knows it's their job to respond, that'll save you so much time, bro.
Right. Well, we're down to one VA now, so
Down to one?
to one. The other ones didn't work out, and I could see.
Yeah, because when I hired Federico, I was like, hey man, if you don't want the VAs, man, just, you know, I just have them there if you want them. Man, like 2 days in, man, he fired all their asses, man. I was like, hey man, they're there if you want them, man. Federico went there and fired their asses, man. I was like, oh shit.
He's been firing these ones that we've been getting. They're not up to snuff, and I'm starting to, you know, it's funny because I'll chime in every now and then, and like I was like, all right, dude. I was like, and I just had to hop in, you know. I was like, okay. I was talking to whoever the VA was. One of those name was Moon, or I don't know. It was one of the ones. No, it was one of the ones that he fired. And I was like, hey man, could you really? I'm gonna be going to Dallas today. Could you give me a rundown of all the Ring doorbell cameras and the percentage of battery life? And like, man, in a couple minutes, had it all nice and pretty for me. I could see all the units. You know, see, Feta likes to number them like, you know, R just one, R just two, R just three. I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. It's easy for the VAs, but please put the names that, you know, the Airbnb name or whatever the name associated with it, so I don't have to go look all of them up. And fixed it all up. I was like, in a few minutes, I was like, that's beautiful. That's what a VA should do. Yeah. I should say, hey, do this. It'll make my life easier. I'm gonna drive over there with these freaking batteries, and I know which ones I need to switch out, and I'm gonna knock it out real quick. I don't have to look them all up. I'll spend my time doing that, and then it's like that. It's like that was a great task.
That VA needs to be sending that to your cleaner, and then your cleaner changes it out after every.
Yeah, we are training the cleaner to do that. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because that's because your whole goal. What I've been noticing lately, if you connect that VA to that cleaner, man, that's a tough lifeline to your business, bro. And I think y'all are close. Y'all are close because y'all are there where y'all just remove y'allself, let the VA, the cleaner talk to the VA. The VA needs to put in the Trello card or whatever. And man, I think that's the way to go.
We're getting close to that. We were until we fired them all. And but here's the thing though. Mosquito. So like that for the battery, for example, and there were some other things, and I was anything, you know, there was some of the VAs I was good at. Hey, I need this, I need to see all these things, you know, let me know. And then let me know the whole check-in, check-out thing, so I'll know which units are going to be vacant the next couple of days, because I'm gonna head out to Dallas and do some things. And they're freaking great at it, but they just weren't getting, that particular VA wasn't getting the messaging perfectly, you know, like Federico wanted. And I talked to him the other day. I know that, you know, and I told him the thing, no one's going to be as perfect as you at doing this. And, you know, it's a skill. We can get them close to it, We can even have scripts for every scenario. We can get them close to it. And but what if they have like superstar talents and other things that could help our company, you know? And I see it like this, like you're kind of building a football team or a soccer team, right?
Yeah.
You know, Messi, the best soccer player on the planet, he probably is a shitty goalie, right? You're not gonna put him in goalie and
Yeah.
say, oh fuck, this guy sucks, fire him, get him out of here. No, try him up front. He's a little fast little fucker, right?
Yeah.
Try him up front and he scores 1,000,000 goals for you and you win all these cups, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, what if some of these, you know, VAs that are coming through are really good at some of this other shit that's going to help our business, you know? They're great at going on Zillow and realtor.com and all this and finding me these rentals and having it ready for me in the morning. You know, here's all the ones you want to look at. And I've called them and this, blah, blah, blah. They allow short-term rentals. And I just, great, man. I know exactly where to go. What if they're great at stuff like that? That's going to help our business grow. They might not be very good at messaging, but that's just one aspect of our business, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Yeah,
Man, finding people's strengths, that's a huge part of growing your business. You're right. Gotta like, hey, let me try to find this strength. The messaging thing, yeah, it seems like he's just kind of anal about the messaging thing or whatever. Like, are y'all getting good reviews?
Yeah, we're still super hosts, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what it's also say. Like, I know y'all sick of me talking about this, but man, branding's huge. Like, that's why if you build a brand to where you're not catering your business to Airbnb's review system, it just makes it feel much better. Like all that shit. Like I'm sick of going to Airbnb and shit breaks. Like I love it when it's direct. Better guess. If shit breaks, charge their card and move on. I don't have to go through these hoops, bounds. And then I'm not catering my business to Airbnb's review system. I'm catering my business to my brand. So once you start moving into that, that helps you as well.
Okay. Yeah, branding is strong. I came up the other day. I was it was funny because Snoop Dogg hopped on Joe Rogan's show, right? I just seen a few clips of it, but he actually brought up branding, you know, because Snoop is a brand, right? He's a huge brand, you know. Joe Rogan,
the most famous rapper of all time, right?
Right. And they had brought up McGregor. When's the last time he won a fight? But he built a freaking brand on himself, right? And he's worth like $500 million now. I mean, it's ridiculous. And they just, all right, this is who I'm gonna be, this is what I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna build this brand. And money just freaking thrown at him, right? And it's just like, yeah, I'm starting to see the importance of building a strong brand.
Have to, man. Like I remember Fat Joe was talking to Snoop the other day, and he was on live, and he was like, "Dude, think about it. Who's the most famous rapper there is?" And they were all sitting. He said, "It's Snoop." He said, "Bro, Snoop Dogg can get off a plane in the middle of Russia, and they'll know who Snoop is, man. The big tall dude to smoke weed, like that. That's his brand, like that. It's you know what I'm saying." And I was like, "Dang!" And I thought about it. He goes, "Think about it." Not any rapper can just get off a plane. They'll just know Snoop. He goes, man, you can drop Snoop in the middle of snow and somebody's gonna know who that is. So, like branding's tough, man. So yeah, branding's huge, man. It is. So building that brand outside of Airbnb, and then, so you're not creating your business around that review system, and it's based around a 5-star brand that you have. People will love it. That's why I'm trying to really transition to houses that cater to families. Man. And also, them Tesla chargers been a hit. Shout out to that.
Really?
Yeah, they've been a hit, man. Like one of my units, straight VRBO bookings, man. VRBO, older people with Teslas. I was like, damn. So it's been a hit, man.
So do those Tesla charging stations, do they only charge Teslas?
Yes, that goes with branding. I purposely did that.
Okay.
Because people with Teslas are 54 families. That's the average of it. That's what I want. I don't want the Nissan Leaf in there. You can have a Nissan Leaf. I just don't. I'd rather have a Tesla guy in there, you know? So that came up because like somebody was asking, he was like, well, if you only have Tesla chargers, how about other cars? I'm like, man, if you're catering to everybody, you're catering to nobody. So I'm catering to the Tesla people. No, that was a very, like, we had a couple hour conversation about it. So yeah.
What big opportunity or a decent opportunity came at you lately that you would have been a moneymaker, but you instinctively said no to?
Oh, well, in business or just in general?
In general, man.
I'll say this. So, Friday's my last day. And today, this dude called me, offering me a job. He goes, hey, man, you looking for a job? It's well over 6 figures I'd be making a year doing this. And I was just like, nah, I'm good. Pass it up to, nah, I'm working on me, man. You got to look at it like that. Create your, I've been saying to myself, live my life by design and not by default.
Right.
So.
That's one of the most important things in not only in business but in life, right? Is learning to say no, which is hard. It's hard, especially when it's going to be a money maker.
Like I've been passing up arbitrage deals left and right because I just don't want to be in that space anymore. Unless I have a plan of how I'm going to be in the arbitrage game, but I just been passing it up because I want to be on the buyer side. But one thing I am doing that I'm seeing like an opportunity in is the wholesale arbitrage. You basically get into an arbitrage for free. And let me break it down. So, I'm buying houses, but like if I buy the house, the numbers don't work and numbers work better as a flip or a wholesale, I'll wholesale it, right? So what I was thinking was if I wholesale a house to a dude, let's say a dude's going to fix it up and keep it or whatever. That's on him if the numbers are working, whatever he does. I could then go re-rent that house for free because I just wholesaled it to him for, let's say, $20,000. I take $10,000, furnish it, get it out there. I just basically got a whole arbitrage deal for free, and I'll get that money back. See what I'm saying?
So you're buying a house wholesale? Is that what you're saying?
I'm wholesaling because the numbers don't make sense for me. This
Okay,
guy
so
goes. Go ahead.
So you're wholesaling it. That means that you're locking it up under contract with the buyer. With the seller.
Yeah.
You got that contract, which means you're looking for, you locked it up for $100,000. You're looking to sell it or to wholesale it, like I said, pass that contract on and get your $20,000 payday.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And so he buys it. He's the one that's actually going to buy it from the seller.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you're going to put furniture in it.
I'll let him fix it up, do what he wants to do, but I'm going to talk to him. Be like, hey, man, if you need a renter, I'll rent it from you.
Oh, I see.
That 20,000, you can take it. You can take the whole 20,000, put it back into the business, or you can take like 15, furnish it, keep the 5 for yourself. And then you got passive income coming in, and then you move on to the next deal.
That's interesting. And I'm trying to, and here's the thing. I was trying to find if there's a vehicle out there, a means to do something like similar to what you're saying, because here's our options as people, investors. We're buying houses, right? We can go to the bank, get a loan, and it's a $200,000 house. We're going to drop $50,000 to buy the freaking thing, right? That's a lot of money, and you don't want to be doing that every single deal. You're going to be growing really slowly or hardly, and all your cash is going to be going out the window. And so that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to find a off-market deal and get a better price on it. Maybe even have the owner do owner financing, which would be great, which every owner I've talked to is like, I don't like the sound of that. Okay, maybe I'm not doing it right. Another way to do it where the seller's going to get cash money is to do what's it called? The hard money. Right. So, okay. But the way hard money works, you're going to pay the hard money people their points, which is, 2 or 3 points, whatever, or 4 points, whatever they agree on. So a point is $1,000. You're going to be paying them $2,000 or $3,000 for the service, just for the service to do this. And then, so you're going to get the loan usually it's up to 90%, right? It's 90% of the cost of the house. So it's a $100,000 house you're buying. You still got to come out $10,000 out of your pocket to buy the thing, which ain't bad. It's better than $50,000 or $40,000, whatever. And they'll pay 100% of the rehab. So you're gonna buy this thing for $100,000, and it's gonna take $150 to fix it up right. They're gonna, for the $100,000 you're purchasing it for, they'll give you 90% of that. So you have to pay $10,000 down plus the 3 points. So you're paying $13,000. Whatever fees they're going to add to it. So you're looking at closer to 15, 16, maybe $20,000. I don't know, to get into this thing. And then they're going to give you 100% of the rehab, which is another $50,000 for you to fix it up. And in the end of the thing, and plus, while you're fixing it up, they're gonna put you on an interest rate, which is probably gonna be around 12% interest rate. It's a fucking high interest rate.
Yeah.
And your whole goal is to fix it up, have 150 grand into it, and then sell it for hopefully 200 grand, and you'll make 50 grand profit. You're not supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to flip it, and that's a great. I guess it's a great option for a flipper. But what about us? What if we just want to get into some rentals, and we don't want to be out of pocket a lot of money? There's nothing that really exists unless you can convince. I know, you already.
Yeah.
Unless you can convince the owner to do owner financing or subject to, right? Subject to is more of a thing you have between you and the owner of the house, the seller, where you say, hey, I'm gonna buy it for whatever price, but your name's gonna be on the mortgage. I'm gonna hold the note. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. I'd like to look at working, figuring that out. But there's no place. I'm saying there's no. That I know of, a place out there. Usually they lend money, the old-fashioned way through banks, or they'll do it like for lend money, hard money for flip, which is great for flippers. But what about us in the middle? We just want to accumulate rentals without being a lot out of pocket.
Out of pocket nothing.
Yeah, but you have to pay cash for that first BRRRR, right? 100% cash.
Hard money.
Okay, explain how that would work.
Okay, you find a house you lock up a house 100K. House is worth 200. You need 20 grand worth of work. You're all in for, you took what, 10% down on 100,000? That's 10,000 down. Let's say you put down 3 points, 13,000 out of pocket. 13,000 out of pocket. You put in how much? 20,000 worth of work. You're all in at 33,000. The price of the house is now 133,000. It's worth, you're in at 133,000. You're in at 33,000. And then the house is worth 200,000. You refinance all your money back. Refinance your down payment back, really, and then keep the rest as equity. Then you work on paying it off.
Okay.
So you got the BRRRR method, the wholesale arbitrage. I haven't seen too many people talk about it, but I'm in this mastermind group, and I just been hearing people just talk about wholesaling. Like they say, if I can't afford a BRRRR right now to wholesale, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, if you wholesale the house to like a dude who was doing the BRRRR strategy or a dude who was flipping it, right? Like if you wholesale the house for 20 grand, and then you wholesale the house, you take your 20 grand, and you tell dude, hey man, I'll rent it from you once you're done. One, you're getting a brand new house, fully up to date, and you can now arbitrage it from him, put it on Airbnb. You just got a deal for free.
That's good. Thinking. I do like that.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about it. I'm like,
because you already got a relationship with the dude.
There you go.
Right.
You already got a relationship with the dude, and you already have your short-term rental business.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking of stuff like that. Like I've been getting kind of this time I've been having to myself. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get as creative as possible. I'm like, so, but that's just a last resort because my goal is to do the BRRRR strategy every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, hey, because I really don't like wholesaling, but I'm like, if I wholesale it, might as well make it. Because y'all know me, I'm a passive income guy. I don't like big, huge chunks of checks. And now you got to go hustle again. If I could wholesale it, arbitrage it, then go get another one, that's perfect play for me.
Here's the thing that I just thought about, because we talked about earlier about how you're quitting your job, right? Mm-hmm. Friday, and talking about getting financing or being able to show income, stuff like that, which you have a few ways to do it. Here's one thing that was, I sucked at accounting, right? But I'm fascinated by the art of accounting. It's freaking amazing what these billionaires can do. You saw, I'll bring up something real quick and I'll circle back around because I just don't want to fall out of my head. You saw the founders of PayPal did, right? And what the whole Congress and all them, the Dems are all pissed off how they did it. The Roth IRA, right? The Roth IRA. You put in money that's already been taxed and then you pull it out tax-free in the future whenever you turn 50 something years old, whatever. And so the founders of PayPal, which is Elon Musk's and I forget the other guys' names. They're billionaires, whatever. Yeah. And they kind of knew they were onto a big thing, right? this PayPal thing. And so when they're structuring the company and they were going to divvy up the shares, right? They said, why don't each of us start a Roth IRA? And so with that Roth IRA, you know how you can use a Roth IRA to invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, you know. So there's certain things you can't, but most regular investments you can put inside your Roth IRA. It can grow tax-free. You pull it out, you know, tax-free. And so they started the $2,000 Roth IRA, right? And they took the tax hit right away with the initial investment, which is so they put $1,700 in this freaking Roth IRAs, right? They had 4 or 5 of these made, and it's totally legal. It wasn't meant to be used this way. It's meant to be used for us, you know, low and middle class people to save some money from taxes. So and then they put the price of the shares of these PayPal stocks that they were going to divvy up at, I don't know, 2 cents a share or whatever the hell that they, you know, before the IPO, you know, price was. And so everybody got their 1,000 shares of this PayPal stock at 2, you know, whatever cents a share, spent $1,700 on each one, right? And so these 4 or 5 dudes that now, when, you know, it IPO'd, and then the stock of PayPal's in the hundreds of dollars, whatever, $100-something a share. And so this is like fucking Peter Thiel, that was one of his name. He's got $5 billion in his Roth IRA that he can pull out at 50 whatever years old, 100% tax free. He don't have to take any. He can sell all the stocks in that freaking Roth IRA, 100% tax free, because it's protected by the Roth IRA. Man, rich people are sick. They're cold-blooded, man.
All it is, man.
It's so,
what's in your mind, my man? What's in your mind?
So $1,700 investment, and it's going to turn into $5 billion tax free. So like if Elon Musk sells some of his regular shares of Tesla stocks, he's going to hit at the highest tax rate, right? Mm-hmm. So he makes $5 billion. Government's going to take half that shit, you know, 2 point whatever billion. But this guy can pull it all out tax free because it's protected by the Roth IRA. And so the thing is, when the rich people do that crap, it affects us, because then they change the rules to keep them from doing that, and it kind of ends up screwing us in the you know, in the process. But anyways, going back, circling all the way back around. So I was thinking about how you're quitting your job, and of course I'm sure you probably discussed this with your CPA, and how to structure your business, because right now you're an LLC, right?
S corp.
Oh, okay, so you're an S corp. Okay, cool. And then this is probably exactly why you're an S corp, but because I mean, there's different ones, but like that was one of my friend. You know, I go back to my friend Marty. Her husband, you know, went and, you know, ended up quitting his job. She quit her job too, and he was doing. They started their own business, and they're doing pretty good in their own business. But their CPA suggested to them to change it from an LLC to, I believe it was S corp, and give himself a salary, because they were getting hit too hard in taxes. So it ended up giving him a salary from the company, and then they saved a shitload of money in taxes by restructuring their business to an S corp. So I thought that was pretty cool. And there you go. There's your salary, right? Your business can pay you a salary. You can show the banks, hey, I make $100,000 a year. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. See, and I'm doing distributions right now. I got to get on the salary thing, but I'm doing distributions to myself. And then I also, before I quit, I created an SEP IRA, so I can put like X amount of money in there, tax free every year for my business. I got a self-employed IRA, so you could get one of those and then take the money straight from your business, put it in that IRA, and then you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you too. Have you thought of buying real estate inside an IRA?
Yeah. I have a self-directed IRA. See, I'm thinking about, you know, because so they gave me 2 choices. They said, hey, you can leave all your retirement money in that account, and I already have another retirement account, which is a self-directed IRA, or you can move it over to whatever account you want. So I'm like, man, I can move all that shit over to that self-directed IRA, buy real estate right off the bat coming in, and then I could just have that ramp up. Like I'm being strategic as possible because I'm trying to save as much money. I was just looking at everything. I was like, man, I could really buy 4 houses out of my IRA if I was to switch it over immediately. But I want to be strategic and buy stuff, you know. I want to be strategic and buy it without my money and buy it with my time. But if push comes to shove, I'll do that shit. You know, push comes to shove, I'm like, I'll go ahead and get those houses. But yeah.
Man, this is so many ways to skin a cat, right?
So many, man. The wholesale arbitrage and Steve's cleanliness chart. So yeah,
You get a cool one. I get a cleanliness chart. Fucking be right there, y'all. Be right in this zone here, and you'll be all right, man. You know, you're never gonna have it all perfect. What it reminds me of one of those charts, and what I forget How I Met Your Mother show. He talks about the Mendoza line. He goes, the hotter a chick is, the crazier she is, because it goes up the chart like that.
Hey, it is, man. It's one of those things. You just got to take it how it is. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's one of those things, man. That's a really good chart, man. We got to put that in the LLT book, man. The cleanliness chart. That's hilarious.
Oh man, we keep it real on LLT.
Yes, sir. All the way real.
Great show again. I think I had fun chatting. It's so cool. We just freestyle and we have notes and then we just kind of go wherever. But it's
187.
cool,
we murdered it.
We 187. Killed it. Oh man. So where can people find us, Myka?
Find us liveletthrive.com, Instagram at liveletthrive. Follow me and Steve. You can hit the follow button or hit the subscribe button below, but you also see our Instagrams below as well. Follow those and definitely hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the 23 new subscribers we got the last 30 days. Keep on subscribing. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, all the good stuff. Send us an email, liveletthrive@gmail.com.
Let me pull up something real quick. I forgot what the thing I sent you when I was in Mexico. I found this thing, right? This
Tell them
where people can leave us voicemails. And let me see. It's called. So you go to SpeakPipe, SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/liveletthrive. You can go on there and you can just hit the record button and live let thrive a question, a voicemail, and you can be funny as hell, man. You know how we are. We keep it real. You can ask the most keep it real question. We ain't trying to cancel culture nobody. We're all inclusive and we have fun. So speakpipe.com. I have a link I put a link on the latest show I uploaded, but speakpipe.com/liveletthrive and leave us a voicemail and we'll play it on the show if you want us to, and then we'll try our best to answer the question and just have fun with it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm definitely gonna put it on the site, and a matter of fact, I'm about to set a link for this in my link tree on Instagram, so y'all can go straight there and hit the speak pipe and start recording. That's dope. Yeah,
so hit the peace pipe and then talk into the speak pipe. Yeah.
We might get some good questions then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanks for watching and listening.
Facts. Thanks for continuing to listen. We almost to 200, man. I don't know if we'll hit it by the end of the year, but thank y'all for continuing to listen to us. It's been an awesome 4 years. We are out.
Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.